This is Rich, Tennessee Homestead. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, it's early. It's like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning. But I got off work, and I was so upset with myself that I didn't get a barn chat up this week that I've decided to do one. And I was out looking at a few videos and found some things that I wanted to talk about. So, I don't know if you'd call this a barn chat or a rant, but it's really not a rant. Okay? Hang on, let's get started on this. Heck are you folks doing? I hope you're doing real good. There was a couple of videos I ran across, and I guess it was something spurred by what's the name of their channel? Pure Living for Life, I think it is. And where I guess they'd made a swipe at homesteaders, referred to it as playing. Yeah. And it was basically they were backfilling around their new garage that they're going to move their trailer into, so it's a little bit more better. Basically, it's a nice young couple. They built a heck of it. Very entertaining. Very good graphics. Very good YouTubers. Okay. And excellent YouTubers. Built a very large following. And I'm sorry that they kind of made a dumb statement and has rocked the boat a little bit, but all of us make dumb statements. Okay, sooner or later, we're gonna do it. But anyway, she talked about people who are raising chickens and all this kind of stuff as playing. Now, I don't want to press her buttons, but number one, even she semi-admitted in that video that they're not really homesteaders. They have no intention of homesteading, which is a good thing because the land that they bought is probably the worst spot they could have placed themselves to do anything like raise livestock or provide gardens and things of this nature. It's pretty pathetic land. It's pretty country. All right. But yeah, they're on a slope of a mountain. Okay. Not really ideal land for homesteading. So, there's Patera's up in the mountains. Okay. And she's got a beautiful place up in the mountains. But it's not all downhill for her. So, yeah. Anyway. But she had made the comment about people playing homesteading, okay? And that's why so many of them drop out of it. Well, yeah, a lot of people look at homesteading and think it's a great idea until they get in and find out the nuts and bolts of it is not so hot, and they decide that maybe this isn't for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. At least they stepped out there and tried it, all right? Kudos to them for giving it their best shot. But it was kind of a put down to people just starting where they're at and trying to do more with it, with canning and so forth. They made a comment about the canning. All right. I'm sorry. I think she talked out of turn there. I think most homesteaders will tell you, go for it. Give it a try. Start where you're at. Don't spend a small fortune like these folks are spending. Trust me. I even get a kick out of it. I used to follow their channel. I used to subscribe to it. And No, I didn't cancel my subscription because of this comment. I canceled my subscription a long time ago because basically I could see what they were doing, and they're building themselves a nice home, trying to stay off grid as much as humanly possible, and that's a good goal. But they're really not homesteaders, all right? And one of their first beginning videos was where they were selling a new car to help with some of the cash on the thing. He had bought an old truck, which he was real proud of. I was proud of him. Yeah, good deal. Go out and buy an old truck. Now today we've got a brand new truck that they try to keep out of the frame. They keep that old truck in the frame, but they try to keep that one off to the side. Okay. He's running a backhoe up there, doing excavation work and things of this nature. All a part of building a home. And that's admirable. There's nothing you can say bad about that. They're doing it themselves and with some help from friends, and, they're doing their thing. But they're not homesteaders, folks. Not in the wildest stretch of the imagination are they homesteaders. So if you're following that channel for homestead advice, good luck with that. I've looked at their solar systems and things of this nature, and you would be a lot better off like going to the Starry Hilder and places like this and looking at their solar setups, because they've done a much better job. All right. A lot of money being spent up there on the mountain. Lots of money. And, but take a swipe at homesteaders who get in there and give it a try with where they're at and with what they can do, I thought was a bit arrogant on their part. Truly, a bit arrogant. She was talking about how, the real nasty work, like shoveling gravel in around the foundation. Let me tell you something, dear. There's a lot nastier work than that. And a lot harder work on a homestead. A real one. That is trying to feed themselves and provide themselves an income. All right? Understand that. And I think you spoke out of arrogance and ignorance to what homesteading can really turn into. Talk to the average small farmer, and he's going to let you know that you want to talk about dirty work, try checking a cow for pregnancy. And I know you probably don't know what that's going to entail, but let me tell you something, you're going to be about shoulder deep in that cow's butt. All right? Not a great job. Okay? Or to have to pull a dead calf out of a cow to save her life. It's pretty tough work, okay? They don't want to come out easily. And it's sad because, you've lost that calf and things of this nature. So there's a lot to homesteading that is far worse than shoveling gravel around the foundation of a garage, okay? I've always encouraged, and this is what I really wanted to stress in this, I don't care where you're at. If you're in an urban apartment, grow a couple of plants on a balcony. If you're in a suburban area, plant a garden. If you're allowed to have some chickens, get a couple of chickens. All right? Begin where you can. Don't let her comment about canning stop you from experimenting with canning. These are skill sets you need to know. If you think, I'd eventually like to have a small farm, a homestead, skills are important. You don't want to try to pick them up because, like I always say, experience comes one mistake at a time. You're going to make mistakes, and if you keep them small, it's not too bad. It's when you make the big mistakes that cost you a lot of money that you kind of step back and go, wow, that was dumb. So begin where you're at. Don't let anybody like a big YouTube channel, and that's really what they are, folks. They're YouTubers, all right? Very entertaining. And you're getting to follow them as they build their home. That's their site, their channel in a nutshell. All right? So don't take any of it personally if you saw it. Begin where you're at. And hang in there. You know, seek advice and move forward. You want to raise some chickens? Raise some chickens. I had a lady come into the store this weekend, and she had hatched out some lavender orpingtons. And as they grew, they had leg problems. A couple of them, just a couple of them. And when we really got talking about it, apparently it was the bedding that they had them in whenever they were small chicks, and these chickens developed splay leg, and as they got older, it really created problems for them. So, you know, she learned, okay? And, but by golly, at least she got out there and got an incubator and bought some fertile eggs and, you know, went at it. And she learned some lessons from it of what not to do to make sure all of her chicks were healthy. So next time she'll do better. And that's really what playing homesteading is all about. You need to go out there and do the best you can with what you got. Don't get buried up to your eyeballs. All right, don't go out and buy a herd of cattle. Okay, or 15 goats, or, you know, 6 dozen chickens. It's going to overwhelm you. Start small. Learn your skill sets. Then when hatching out a group of chicks, or, you know, raising some cattle aren't a big deal to you, then expand as you got land and money to do so. Don't let anybody discourage you from playing homesteading. It's far better to play it than when you're risking your life on it. It can happen. You know, EOP, solar flare, any number of things can turn us from 2018 to, you know, the 1800s overnight. Just boop, out goes the lights. You lose electricity in a large country like this, you got a nightmare. Okay? No gas, no diesel, no food in the grocery stores. What you raise is what you live on. So having those skills, pretty important, even if you never have to use them. Danny down at Deep South Homestead and I had talked a few times about bushcraft. You really need to learn that. There is a lot that will keep you alive out there in the woods. Okay? You need to know what it is. Study bushcraft. Along with your canning and your chickens and so forth. So, you know, like I said, I think the young lady just kind of was speaking out of turn and speaking out of, there's no other way to say it, speaking out of ignorance, because she's not a homesteader. All right? She's not a homesteader. Her and her husband are not homesteaders. They're building a house on a mountain. Keep that in mind when you're watching their channel. It's entertaining, and it is very high quality videos, and loaded up with ads, that I hate. But you know, take it from there. You know, don't let them tell you that you're not a homesteader. If you got a garden in your backyard, you got a couple of chickens raising, running around. You're taking what you have and you're using it to help provide good food for your family. You're a homesteader. Right? You may not be a total self-sufficient small farm or whatever, but you're a homesteader. Don't anybody tell you different. All right? Love you guys and appreciate you. Like I said, girl was talking out of turn. And I think if you talk with people who are experienced in the lifestyle, they're all going to tell you the same thing. Start where you're at. Start small. Develop your skills. Canning, raising chickens, raising goats, whatever you're going to do. Develop your skills. Because experience usually comes one mistake at a time. Make them small mistakes. Okay. Love you guys and appreciate you. And you keep in there and keep swinging. Okay. Don't let anybody distract you from it. Just keep at what you're doing. It doesn't matter where you're doing it. Like I said, if you're growing tomatoes on a balcony, that's the first step. Learn to make some tomato sauce and ketchup. There you go. Y'all have a great day. And sorry this came late. I'll talk to you soon.